and welcome back. I am Claire. Today we are going to be doing a bit of a jump board flow, mostly focusing on core, and we will hit those glutes a little bit as well. I'm going to try keep it nice and short and sweet for you today. So when you're ready, make sure you do have that jump board on and secured. And spring wise, I'm going with a relatively light spring today. So I have a blue and a yellow spring on. So my blue is my light, my yellow is my extra light. You could just go a light spring if that's the option that you have. It will make it a little bit more challenging on the core. So yeah, pick your springs. I'm on a blue and a yellow, a light and an extra light. I'm also going to be using my ball throughout this entire series. So make sure you do have a ball with you today. And let's go ahead and get ourselves set up, just laying down on our backs. So I'm going to bring you in just to a really nice short round of breath here to center ourselves. Focusing on your inhale, expanding your ribs, coming down to the belly. And the exhale, just floating out of the body. You can feel the rise and fall of the chest and the belly as the breath comes in and out. And I just want you to start to make that exhale a little bit more intentional. Strong out through the lips and causing those ribs to travel down, that belly to start to activate. Inhale, the ribs expand. And exhale, the ribs pull down to the hips. As you continue with that breath, can you take your feet up to the wide parts of your jump board and just start to give those knees a little rock from side to side, maybe taking your eye gaze from side to side, opposite side to your knees. Just getting that nice little twist through the spine, release through the back and hips. Before just coming through center here, I just want you to shuffle your shoulders up so that they are closer to your shoulder blocks here. Reach down and grab onto that ball. To start with, I'm going to have my heels just resting over the top of my jump board. That ball up against my belly. I'm going to take an inhale breath, and as I exhale, I'm going to start to roll that ball up my thighs towards my knees. Once my arms can't reach any further, I'm going to curl my body up and continue to reach that ball as far as I can until I lose my grip. And then inhale, bring it all the way back down. Exhale, pressing into the ball, rolling it up against the thighs, tucking the chin as the head and chest comes up. And then inhale to draw it back down. Just a gentle little warm up here, curling up through the body, getting those upper abdominal muscles nice and warm. And I want you to keep your tailbone down here, that neutral spine, the hip bones drawing in, switching on those deep abdominal muscles. A gentle little pull on the back of the heels is going to keep that carriage pulled in to the stopper and also, again, help fire into those deep abdominal muscles. And take your time here. There is no rush to get into our stronger movements. As we are focusing a lot on core, I really want you to make sure you're giving those core muscles that opportunity to warm up. Make sure that curl is coming from those upper abdominals, lifting your chest. Use your breath to get that extra little bit of height. And just lift that left leg up towards the ceiling, lift. And we're going to start to curl that ball up towards the ankle. Just getting a little bit more height. At the top of your curl, just see if you can get a little bit higher. And then we'll swap the legs at the bottom. Left heel comes down, right leg extends up, and we start to roll that ball up the right leg. And draw down. Making that nice and deep breath, helping to peel the spine up, tucking the chin, reaching Take one more here. And hold up at the top. Taking the ball into both hands, lift that left leg up off of the jump board and just hold this reach here. And I want you to start to tap the right foot down and lift. Tap the left foot down and lift. Keep the belly pulling in. Keep reaching through those arms. Now, if you do feel a bit necky, you can take one hand in behind your head just to support your neck. We're just going to go for 4, for 3, 2. Take one more tap here, both legs up, little pulses up for 6, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Resting all the way down. Give those knees a little bit of a rock from side to side. Whew. All right, so we're going to take the ball underneath our feet now against the jump board. So you need to just bring your feet up and grab the ball in between the feet. Then have a quick look down. Make sure that ball is nice and centered. You can just press out and make sure your feet are nice and flat, parallel and close together on the ball here. Okay, you want to be towards the top part of that jump board. Otherwise, your heels will be lower than your hips, and this is going to compromise those deep abdominal muscles. So make sure that ball is right towards the top edge here, and your feet are nice and parallel so your hips can stay square. I'm going to start with the head down and the arms just resting down beside me, bending into the knees as you inhale, and exhale, pressing into the heels to push away. Now, what you'll note is the spring is super light. So we're not loading up the thighs here like we usually would with our footwork or with our jump board. Instead, you should feel those deep abdominal muscles firing on as you extend your legs out. So we're thinking hip bones pulling in towards each other, that tailbone staying anchored down. Your low back is in a really nice, stable, neutral spine. And those ribs are pulled down the front of your body, helping to keep all of those abdominals tied in towards that midline here, stabilizing your back. Inhale as you pull in and exhale, lengthen your breath as you press away, tightening through the belly. Now it just starts nice and gentle here, a small movement, but really effective. In fact, even though it doesn't feel like a lot's happening, this is just such a beautiful exercise for those deep abdominal muscles. So really nice way just to get them switching on here, or as a standalone exercise. If you match that in with your deep diaphragmatic breath, we're doing a lot of good stuff for those deep abdominal muscles, stabilizing through the hips, the pelvis, and the low back. We are going to add on though. So I'm going to bring my hands up behind my head. Okay, you can shuffle down a little bit away from those shoulder blocks to create some space. Now I'm going to press out with my legs and then curl up at the top here, maintaining neutral spine. Inhale, lower the head, bring the carriage in. Exhale, press away and curl up. All right, so what we tend to want to do here with the legs straight for the curl is to pull the back down, squeeze the bum and tuck the tail. I want you to make sure you keep that nice neutral spine. So when you're pressing out, we're working those upper abdominals, stabilizing with deep abdominals. We press out first, then curl up. Making sure those feet are staying together, nice and parallel. You don't want them moving all around. The focus here is on stabilizing. Legs have that stability underneath them, thanks to those deep abdominal muscles really working to keep those hips nice and square and controlled. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. All right. One more like this, then we hold the curl and we're going to continue with the legs. So hold that curl up here, bend the knees and press away. Elbows are wide, but just still within your peripheral vision. So we don't want them so open that our ribs open. Just want them softly out to the side. Keep that tension nice and even down through the flat parts of your feet here. So we're not pressing more into the heels or into the balls of the feet. The whole foot is nice and flat and we're pressing down equally as we press out here. Check that your spine is neutral. So does your belly look flat here? Or are we tucking the tail and squeezing the bum? No, we want to keep that tailbone down. Keep that breath going. Let's go for 4. Just for 3, 2, 1 last one here. Okay, come on in, walk your feet beside that ball. Grab the ball, lift it up. Let's tuck it down beside us underneath the side railing of your reformer so it doesn't go too far. Hands back down beside us. We're coming back to those double legs, but this time we are going to add a small jump. So as we push away, allow yourself to gently drift away from your jump board. Now with that really light spring on, there's not a lot of work through the thighs to get you nice and high, but I want you to really control so that you're not thumping in and out. Your legs will need to lift ever so slightly, just so that there is the ability to keep those deep abdominal muscles on. All right, and if it's there for you, hands come behind the head. Can we curl up and can we hold that curl as we continue to jump in and out? Tailbone down, long breath on the exhale. Inhale, softly pulling in. For 4, 3, curl up more. Last one, bring it in, stop it. Little pulses here. I'm on my toes, my tailbone is down, I'm holding my curl here. So now, despite the light weight, my legs are definitely starting to get a little bit of a shake as they work hard to keep in control. Make sure that tailbone does not start to tuck under. Let's go 4, 3, 2, hold it halfway here. Pulse your head up, pulse your chest up for those little crunches. That's it, just 6, 4, 2, 1, stretch it out and bring it all the way down. Whew. Round 1 is done. We are on to round 2. We're taking that ball underneath our left foot now. So bring it in between your feet to get it down there. Place that left foot directly underneath your hip and your foot nice and flat on that ball towards the top edge of your jump board. Press the carriage out here, so lengthening into that left leg and lift your right leg up to a tabletop. Now adjust yourself so you feel square through the hips, tailbone down, neutral spine. Hold that right leg in tabletop as you start to pull in and press out. Really gentle movements here. Do not overthink it and do not underestimate the work that is happening here. Okay, so even though it is not that super crazy burn that we love to get out of our ab work, we are able to get so deep into those abdominals that it is doing absolute wonders here. Better than crunches, I promise. Inhale as you draw in, exhale to lengthen away. Now as you lengthen, make sure your hips stay square, so we don't want to start to drop that left hip down to get more length. We just want to focus on that squareness of the hips. We're going to start to bicycle right leg over and in. Over and in. Hands come behind the head. This time as you press the carriage out, can you curl up and across towards your right knee? Then we lengthen that leg, open the chest as we come in. Exhale, press away and curl up. So now we're tying that movement in. So it's all happening at once. All right, so that twist through those abdominals is gonna add some more instability underneath that left leg. So really find that control through deep abdominal muscles. Try and keep that leg nice and square. You're supporting the weight of your neck here with your fingertips. Inhale and exhale. Keeping that tailbone down. Just pulling that left upper side, jumbling my words, those left side ribs down and across towards your right side hips. For 4, for 3, almost there. 2, we're going to hold the curl on the next one. We come through center as we bring the carriage in and rotate as we press away. Whew. That's it. Get that nice little twist without lifting through that left hip. Think about knee to hip rather than elbow to knee, that opening of the chest as you come across for 3, 2, that's it. 1 more here. Bring it halfway in, little pulses through that leg, holding that curl for 4, 3, 2, hold it here. Can we pulse the chest up? Maybe reach your left hand up and across. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way in. All right, grab that ball, place it in behind that right knee. Left foot on the jump board, hands down beside you. Let's start to jump it out. So a little bit different on this side. We're keeping that ball squeezed, it's active. So now we just start to get some more work down through the back of that leg here as we squeeze through that left leg to find as much height as possible, but still in full control. Nice, deep, long breaths. Let's go for 3, 2, hands come behind the head. 1, can we curl up and continue here? Hold that curl. Looking down towards that foot. Finding length, get that chest a little higher. Almost there, last 10 seconds. Really controlling through that powerful push. Massaging through that foot. 3, 2, 1, halfway in, little pulses. Ooh, slow it down here. All right, let's take that left elbow towards the right knee, open through the chest, back to those pulses in that oblique twist. For 4, 3, 2, hold it here. 1, little pulses up, up. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it down. Whew. Round 2, done. Other side, here we go. Very short breaks here. Bring that ball back down. It's now going underneath the right foot. Hands down beside you. Press that carriage out just until that left leg starts to lift off. Bring it up. Adjust yourself. Make sure that all feels nice and square before we start moving. With the tailbone down and that right leg is straight underneath your hip here. All right, we start to pull in and out. We slow the heart rate as we work through this first part of the movement. Working on keeping those hips square, getting those deep abdominal muscles firing, the ribs down, the low back's in our neutral position. And we start to bicycle left leg over and in. Over as you inhale and in as you exhale. Finding length through the right leg every single time. A little squeeze here. Ribs down, belly button pulling into the spine here. Everything through your midline from your ribs down to your hips should feel so tight and secure. Hands float up behind the head. We start to add on the oblique curl as you press out. Inhale, we draw in, open through the chest, lower the head. Exhale, curl up and across. If you need to adjust anything to keep that squareness all the way down through the right side of the body, go for it. We want to keep those hips nice and steady. That curl is coming from that opposite rib to opposite hip type of movement. And we're thinking less elbow to knee and a little more nip to hip here. So the opening of the chest. Keep the right hip down. Let's go for 3, pointing through that left leg. 2, curl up, hold up, square your body out as you come in, curl across as you press away. We go square and across, but the chest stays lifted the whole time. Control here. Can you find that little bit of stillness through that ball? For 3, 2, 1 more. Let's go halfway in. Hold that curl, little pulses in and out. Keep your chest open. Start to really control through those deep abdominals, keeping your hips square here as you hold that curl and pulse for 4, 3, 2, hold it, reach the right arm and we pulse it up. 6, for 4, for 2, and rest it all the way down. Let's keep going. Fall in behind the left knee. You know where we're going with this. We are almost there. We start to jump out with that right leg. Out and in. Out and in. That's it. Find that length. You should be away from the stopper longer than you're at it, okay? Keep that right leg lifted above the height of your body, so deep abdominals are on. Keep squeezing into that ball. The more you can keep that left knee over your hip, the more work you'll get through the deep abdominal muscles. Hands come behind the head. We curl up and we continue. Hold the curl. Massage through that foot. Don't let that reformer move around here from your weight bashing against that jump board. Let's go for 4, 3, can you get higher? 2, 1 more jump. Hold it halfway in. Whew. Little pulses here. We're on the toes. The carriage is still. Can you open your chest towards that left side? Oh my gosh. For 4, for 3, 2, hold it. Reach your right arm up and we pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. And rest. Oh my goodness me. All right. We are getting through it. Rock your knees from side to side. I know we have been on our back for a while. So we are going to come up off of our back now and start to work through our glutes just a little bit. We're still going to keep that lighter spring on. So you're still going to get a lot of work through the core, okay? However, we're going to come into a kneeling position and start to target into the back of those legs. And you'll be surprised, you'll probably start to notice now how much your legs did get out of that last little set of work. Even though it felt so light on the thighs, you might find a little wobble once we start to move through this next little bit of work, okay? So what I want you to do first of all, the ball is going to come in underneath your right hand, which is right up against the shoulder block, and the left hand is going to come down onto the carriage underneath the shoulder block here, okay? Then we want our knees underneath our hips, which means you're probably going to need to have that carriage out from the stopper, and there's already a little bit of a gap here. So my knees are actually all the way towards the back edge of my carriage so that I can stay square through the hips. Okay, the next thing we are going to be doing is taking our left toes up onto that jump board and lengthening out here. Now my toes are probably close to the top of the jump board, just so I can keep that leg lengthened from the height of my body. If you're a little bit shorter, it might be lower. If you're a little bit taller, it might be a little bit higher. I want you to have length here and keep that leg at about hip height. And we're going to start to bend to pull in and extend to press away. Now have equal pressure through those hands. So even though that left hand has the carriage, the right hand just has the ball, both hands are pressing down here. There's just a little bit more instability underneath that right hand, and that actually causes those deep abdominal muscles once again to have to really stay on to stabilize you here. We want to keep those hips square, and then we're going to pick that ball up and we're going to start to press it out. Inhale, draw in, exhale, press it out. Pull and lengthen. Whew. So maybe if you're like me, that left leg is already shaking just a little bit. I guarantee that is a result of some of the work that we've been doing before, not even realizing. As we get that core working, the whole body starts to respond. Beautiful. All right, let's go for 3, 2, 1, hold out, pull, push the ball, then bend and extend just the leg. Pull, push the ball, bend and extend the leg. So one thing moving at a time here. The leg, the arm, the leg and the arm for 3, for 2, one more like this, whoops. Bring that ball down, hand pressing into the ball, and we jump. Pull in and lengthen, in and out. Can you really use that mind-body connection to know when to expect that jump board to come back underneath your foot? Well, I promise we won't stay here long. Maybe you want to add a little lift of that leg to get into those left glutes for 4, 3, 2, and one more halfway in. Find stillness, pulse it here. Can you lengthen that right arm back out for 4? Oh my gosh. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Bring it back down. Do not underestimate that light spring. Whew. Take your hands behind your back. Open up through the chest. Ooh. And swap that ball over to the other side. No mucking around here. This is our last set of work, okay? So we're keeping it pretty short and simple here, but I'm certainly feeling it all over my body. I hope that you are too. Shuffle your knees right back underneath your hips, pressing into that ball with the left hand and into the carriage with the right hand. The right foot comes up, lengthen out and find squareness in your body here first. And then we just start to pull and push. So make sure that leg is about at hip height. Both hips are pointing down, length through the crown of the head. Inhale as you draw in and exhale as you're pressing away. Can you pull your belly in, press your chest up here, pull and push. Wonderful. All right, take that ball into your hand and we start to lengthen as we extend. So elbow in as we bend the knee, lengthen the arm as we extend the leg. Try keep your body super square here over that carriage. That light spring is starting to feel so heavy as my body is going into full fatigue. Let's go for 3, 2, one more, press out, hold out, ball goes in, out, leg bends and extends. Ball in, out, leg, pull, push. That's it. Woo, keep your breath. Can you stay with me for 3? Oh, for 2. One more here and then we jump. Bring that ball down, press into it, pull and jump. And jump. All right, core needs to stay on. I need you to concentrate here now. Really find that squeeze through the leg. Every time you jump away, can you lift and lift for 4, 3, 2, one more and bring it in, little pulses. Take that ball, reach it out for 6 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it home. Oh my goodness me, can you find a child's pose here? I'll rest my head down on my headrest. Knees wide, reaching forward. Cooked. Do not underestimate light springs with the jump board. Oh dear. Let's just start to scoop through the belly as you roll yourself up, those shoulders back. Take your eye gaze over that left shoulder, over that right shoulder. I believe there is sweat dripping down my body. Ooh, rolling from side to side. From here, can you just take your hair, right hand back, left hand back behind you We are going to reach up overhead and press those hips forward. And then we're going to sweep around to the other side. And again. One more here. And bring it down. Let's turn back around. Lay ourselves back down. And bring that right ankle up over the left knee. If you want a deeper stretch here, draw your hands in behind the thigh or the shin and pull that leg in towards your chest. And we breathe. With every breath, just feel your system start to calm a little bit. Maybe take a gentle rock here. We'll swap sides. Left ankle over the right knee, reaching in behind the thigh or shin, or you can just rest that right foot up onto your jump board if that's a strong enough stretch for you, that's fine. And breathing. Maybe a gentle rock. Bring both feet down onto your mattress or to the top parts of your jump board. Hands up to your shoulder blocks and let's rock those knees from side to side. Maybe taking your eye gaze in the opposite direction each time. And then coming back through center. Ooh, all right, guys, we are all finished. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this little jump board flow and your core is feeling like mine. And yeah, subscribe if you'd like to see some more, and I will be back soon with more juicy videos for you. See you later.